heads up for restaurant and franchise leaders listening. The Restaurant Franchising and Innovation Summit is coming up March 16th through the 18th in San Diego. If you want practical ideas around growth, tech, and operations, this is a great one to attend. Head to franchisinginnovation.com and use the promo code podcast for 20% off. Welcome to the Pizza Marketplace podcast. I'm Mandy Detwiler, editor of Pizza Marketplace, and our guest today is Genaro Perez, Chief Marketing Officer for Pizza Piper Pizza. Thanks for being with us today. Did I say that right?
Yes. Well, my name, yes, and I'm very happy to be here with Peter Piper Pizza, of course.
Great. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about Peter Piper Pizza and how you got started with the brand?
Sure. Peter Piper Pizza, it's a multi-generational brand. We've been around for more than 50 years. It's a regional brand rooted in the Southwest. So we're in Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, and we also have a presence in the northern part of Mexico through our franchisee. Um, we have about 115 restaurants, and Peter Piper Pizza is known for, of course, made from scratch pizza every day, but also having an arcade in every one of our locations. So we provide food, family fun to families in the markets where we are.
That sounds like fun.
It is a lot of fun. And fun fact, my office is in the back of one of the restaurants. So imagine the temptation every day
Ooh.
of being there with a pizza. We have an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet Monday through Friday. So the pizza is served from 11 to 2 every day. So it's a dangerous but delicious at the same time.
Now, do all of the restaurants have a buffet, or is that at lunch, or is that just for few franchisees?
No, all the restaurants have a buffet. That's part of what makes Peter Piper Pizza special as well. It's an interesting concept because we target different demographics at different times of the day, if you want to call it a day. So lunch buffet is for those workers or families or a lot of construction workers, nurses, officers, people that need to grab a bite, and obviously they don't want to break the bank. So our lunch buffet in the Arizona market is $10.99 for all you can eat, and we have pizza, pasta, salads, desserts, and literally there's people that stack their plates with like 15 slices of pizza. Hey, no
Oh,
one's
wow.
judging.
No one's
But
judging.
no one's judging, right?
We may not do it, but we want to do it.
Yes,
Right.
yes. We may do it sometimes.
Yes. Well, let's talk about your donations. You donate over $600,000 annually. How do you integrate such significant community giving into your core marketing strategy so that it feels authentic and not just transactional?
Yeah, no, actually, that's a fantastic question. We donate $600,000 a year through our fundraising kind of a program. We have local restaurant marketing arm that it's pretty sturdy, and we partner with schools, mostly schools and educational organizations in all our markets, where we invite them to create these events at Peter Piper Pizza. Our restaurants are pretty large, so we accommodate large groups pretty well. So think of the school night where the school is fundraising for whatever needs they have, or maybe a sports night where the team needs to take a picture, but also or hand over trophies or whatever they have to do. We are a perfect place for that because not only we have a large setting, but also it's pizza, right? So obviously kids love pizza. So we invite families to come to us, and then we give back 15 to 20% of all sales of that given night to that school or organization that fundraises through Peter Piper Pizza. So it's truly one of our core marketing strategies, of course, to bring traffic in, but also to give back to the community. As I said, we're a 50-year-old legacy brand. And if you talk to people in Arizona, in Texas, New Mexico, these are sometimes even grandparents, parents, and now children that have come through Peter Piper Pizza because of these events. Like a lot of us remember, having an event or going with the school, or perhaps getting the photo taken inside of Peter Piper Pizza with a soccer jersey or volleyball or whatever you were playing.
Great. Well, can you walk us through the planning and execution of a recent initiative like your Heart Shaped Pizza campaign for Children's Miracle Network hospitals? And how did you measure that success beyond the fundraising goal?
Oh, I love that. And I'm glad you mentioned it because we've done this 2 years in a row. We're about to embark in the third year. Peter Piper Pizza, it's all about supporting families, and our kind of a fundraising arm is very rooted in the education aspect. So even when we partner with hospitals like in Phoenix, Phoenix Children's Hospital, or Tucson Medical Network, or El Paso Medical Hospital for children, um, we partner with the hospitals, but always to support them from an educational perspective. A lot of the children that are going through treatment are staying long periods of time in the hospital, but they still need to learn. They still want to read. They still want to, be kids. So the funds that we raise through our Heart Shaped Pizza initiative that runs all the month of February, we give back $1 for every Heart Shaped Pizza we sell. And we do it in February because it's Valentine's. So obviously, what a great way to treat your loved ones with a heart-shaped pizza. But at the same time, you're doing something good for the community. The planning, honestly, we partner with Children's Miracle Network, which is this entity that has a lot of those hospitals where we have business in, and it's really cool to see their support because they promote this initiative within their four walls, and of course we promote it inside the restaurant, and we invite a lot of the media and a lot of everyone really to help us spread the word and buy a heart shaped pizza for a good cause.
It is a good cause,
Yes,
and they're cute.
and we've raised more than $25,000 every year, which it's significant. This goes to in the case of Phoenix Children's, this went to the hospital library. So with that money, they were able to buy books, to buy materials for these kids that, as I said, are going through treatment and need to stay in the hospital, but at the same time, they still want to read and learn and be happy.
That's so nice. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah. Well, tell me about the Slice of Knowledge Foundation, which is focused on STEM education. What was
Yeah.
the internal driver for focusing on STEM specifically?
Peter Piper Pizza partnered with the University of Arizona several years ago, and we developed a STEM program with them, where a lot of these kids that come to Piper, not through a fundraising night, but also, a lot of the schools are looking for field trips, places to take the kids during the day, right? Museums, etc. So Peter Piper Pizza, by developing this partnership with the University of Arizona, we developed this STEM program that allows kids to come to the restaurant and learn math and learn fractions and learn portions while they work on a pizza. And they, of course, divide the pizza, cut it in slices. That's how they learn fractions. They learn about portions because how many pepperonis are, etc. So it's a very fun way to support the STEM curriculum for the schools. And Slice of Knowledge is a foundation that we created, I think, 3 years ago, because, as I said, we donate through schools, but also we wanted to do something directly from a brand. And through Slice of Knowledge, we are having one or two campaign periods a year where we invite our guests to donate. For example, we're going to launch one this November where our guests are going to be able to buy a little coupon book for a couple of dollars, and they're going to get 5 ICs, right? So that money goes entirely to the Slice of Knowledge Foundation. And IC, in this case, is partnering with us by providing the product for free. So it's a great way for us to fundraise and support different organizations. The Slice of Knowledge supported Chicanos por la Causa last year, which is another kind of a Latino focused organization that provides after school programs for kids, where the parents are not in the house and kids need to come back from school and go somewhere. So instead of going to, you know, play in the streets or I don't know where, they come to a safe place that is the Chicanos por la Causa kind of a facility. And then those people help them with homework, they help them with tutoring while the parents are off from work, and then they come pick them up there. So it's a fantastic third home, if you want to call it that way. And that's where we donated all this money from Slice of Knowledge. So we have different ways that we give back to the community. Heart Shaped Pizza is one, Slice of Knowledge, and of course the fundraising aspect that we do through schools directly.
How does a regional brand like Peter Piper effectively communicate its local impact to customers in a way that differentiates itself from the national chains that may have larger but maybe less localized charitable budgets?
Yeah, I think that being a regional brand allows us to build those genuine local relationships. And that's why I mentioned Phoenix Children's Hospital, for example, or our franchisee in Texas works a lot with El Paso Children's or any other hospital in the Texas region. I feel like even the Chicanos por la Causa example that I gave, those are examples where we can truly give back locally. And that's how we strengthen those relationships. I mean, of course, different brands do different things, but for Peter Piper Pizza, it's very important that we support our local community. And the message that we do locally, it's aiming for that. It's targeting you that may live in one of these markets. So you know where your donation and your support is going to, while, of course, enjoying delicious food while you come
Right,
to Peter Piper Pizza.
right. Well, let's change gears for a minute. With your background spanning various industries and your Hispanic heritage, what's the most common mistake you see brands make when attempting to connect with multicultural audiences?
Oh, that's a great question. You're right. I was actually born and raised in Mexico City, and I moved to the States about 25 years ago to further my education. One of the things that I noticed being truly bilingual and native in Spanish is that a lot of brands translate. And with Peter Piper Pizza, we don't do that. We truly transcreate our programs and our campaigns. We want to make sure that we are using the cultural nuances from the community and that we truly well, we're trying hard to truly understand the different, insights and holidays and traditions. So it's not only about the language, but in understanding the cultural values, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. How do you ensure that Peter Piper Pizza's marketing is authentically bilingual and culturally resonant in the regions that you guys are serving?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we create all our programs in the two languages from the get-go. So all the campaigns that we create, even when we're producing, for example, a TV spot or working on a script, the filter is always it has to work in both languages, or can we transcreate this? As I said, I feel like a lot of um, the obviously the Spanish language is integrated in everything we do, our website, our app, our campaigns, our messaging. Even when we reach out to media, we reach out in both languages.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it's really important for us to meet the consumer where the consumer is at, because a lot of the Hispanic consumers also may not necessarily speak Spanish, but consume news in Spanish, even though they prefer to speak English as a preferred language day to day. So it's very interesting, right? So that's why we're trying to reach them where they are. I mean, if you want to use a website in English, fine. But if you want to click the Spanish tab, then you have all the information in Spanish. And the same way it goes for the campaigns. Everything is done in both languages. We invest media in all the different networks for both English and Spanish. So we're truly trying to cover that in all bases.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, in a crowded industry, we all know the pizza industry is really crowded. How does Peter Piper Pizza define its unique value proposition against both national pizza chains and local independent competitors?
That's a great question. Peter Piper Pizza started obviously 1973, more than 50 years ago. Our founder Tony Cavallo brought the New York Brooklyn style pizza to Arizona. The whole premise of the brand since inception was to provide really good quality pizza at a really friendly prices. And of course, many things have happened in 50 years, but we're really true to preparing pizza in the most natural way. We start everything, every Peter Piper pizza, a lot of people don't know this, actually has a dough room in the back. So every Peter Piper pizza has what I call a bakery. And we start with flour and water every day. We mix it, we let it proof. It's a very simple, but yet very artisanal process to make the pizza dough made fresh, with hand chop ingredients. So it's really good product. It's really good pizza. Now, what we're trying to also keep is the value perspective. We understand that our demographic is multicultural, depending on the city, depending on the markets where we are. But I mean, most of our families obviously work really hard for their dollars, right? So we want to make sure that we provide that value equation that has been so important for the brand across the years. And I'll give you an example. We have a birthday program that anyone with kids knows that when your kids has a birthday, oh my God, you spend a lot of money. But our birthday program is $99.99. I mean, we started at $99.99, which is less than $100. For less than $100, you can actually host a birthday party for your kid at Peter Piper Pizza. And that the kids and their friends are going to get pizza, they're going to get a drink, and they're going to get games to play in the arcade, points or games. So that's a good example of how value permeates to the brand even today. We always have obviously promotions, and we're trying to find ways to bring that value to the families.
Great. Now, Peter Piper combines great food and entertainment. How are you leveraging technology and innovation both in store and through digital channels to enhance that eat and play experience for today's families?
Oh, that's a great point because in 2022, I mean, Peter Piper Pizza for many years had tokens, where families would buy literally coins, and you would put the coin on the arcade, and then the kids would then need to kind of get tickets for all the points that they earned. Well, that went away. In 2022, we brought technology to Peter Piper Pizza, and we created a card that is called a Fun Pass. So now, today, when you come to Peter Piper Pizza, you load your card with points and then you just tap the card and can play. It's very easy. You keep all your tickets also in the card. So when you want to redeem a prize from our prize pot, it's very easy to just scan the card, read it, and say, Mandy, you have 3,000 points. Which prize would you like to get? So that's a good way how technology kind of plays into our daily experience at Peter Piper Pizza. Of course, I mean, we went digital several years ago. We have an app which makes ordering food, especially when you want it to go, when you cannot come to Peter Piper Pizza, but you're still craving the food, you can order through the app and get it delivered or just pick it up. Um, and most recently, we adopted also AI. We partnered with a company to answer the phones because a lot of our business, a significant portion of the business, is carry out or delivery, especially in weekends. So, but between making the pizzas and greeting the guests that are there and answering the phone, we needed help from technology. So we partnered with a company that provides AI solutions to for pizza ordering, and that flows directly through our point of sale, and that has been really helpful to alleviate that call volume that the restaurants were having, especially during peak times.
What's a current trend in marketing, be it AI or influencer marketing, or a new platform that you believe regional brands can utilize more effectively than their national counterparts?
Well, I mean, I speak from our experience at Peter Piper Pizza. We see a lot of potential with the adoption of AI technology. It's like a co-pilot, right? I mean, obviously, it helps you enhance your service, and a good example is what I mentioned about obviously phone ordering. I think that a lot of the systems that restaurants can have access to, online order systems, platforms, even if making websites efficient, those are things that any restaurant could benefit from, not necessarily national or regional, but truly all of us can benefit from adapting technology to make our lives easier and more effective, especially with the pressure that most of us has with labor and with all the costs, right?
How do you approach the challenge of maintaining Peter Piper's Pizza's established nostalgic brand identity while simultaneously working to attract a new generation of consumers?
Well, that is the whole point of my job, right? I mean, as a CMO, I need to bring traffic to the restaurants and keeping the brand true to its core. Peter Piper Pizza is a multi-generational brand. So a lot of the older consumers that knew the brand when they were growing up, they already know what to expect at Peter Piper. And a lot of it, of course, with advances in technology, is still true to date. Like you still come and get amazing food at great prices. You can make memories with your loved ones in the gaming area. For the new consumers, the ones that have not necessarily experienced the brand, have moved to these markets that don't know what Peter Piper Pizza is. Of course, that's the biggest challenge, right? So we're always trying to partner with influencers, with local people to help us spread the word through the metrics that we measure on the brand side. We know that, I mean, obviously media works, and obviously that generates awareness, but I think the second way that our guests know about Peter Piper Pizza is through referrals or recommendations. So for us, it's very important that we provide an excellent experience so others can say, "Hey, by the way, have you been to Peter Piper Pizza? I mean, I had a great time with my family. You can go eat and play." Oh, great. So a lot of the communities where we are, obviously, it's all about bringing the guests to the restaurant, but also creating memorable, great experiences for them so they can be our best advocates to bring those new consumers.
Is it difficult to go into new markets where the national chains have kind of taken over?
You know, we have been expanding a lot within our own markets. And obviously, as the footprint becomes bigger for Peter Piper Pizza, it's easier because a lot of people know about it. But as you said, the pizza marketplace is pretty competitive. So my belief is that as long as we provide an excellent experience, we're true to who we are, we still do our pizza the same way. And, a lot of people crave about the sauce, that it's the secret sauce. It's not secret, it's just consistent. So we do a lot of things really well and really consistently. And that's probably why the experience is always good at Peter Piper Pizza.
What advice would you give to someone in your position as CMO at a growing regional chain about scaling their community efforts without losing that personal local touch?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the marketing folks, I mean, our biggest challenge is we want to do a lot of things. We want to raise awareness, but we also want to bring butts to the seats, but we also want to grow in different channels. So my advice would be to try to meet the consumer where the consumer's at. I think that the omni-channel word is true. Not all consumers are the same. And with technology and social media, I mean, everyone wants to experience the brand at their own pace and where they're at. So for us, for example, being able to offer the food to go has been really good because that revenue stream, the carry out delivery, has grown tremendously. Now, a lot of people still want to enjoy Peter Piper Pizza the same way that they've always had. They bring their family, they play, they eat, and that's fantastic. That's why we're here for. But at the same time, some other guests we only see during lunch buffet, and that's also fine. So I feel like you need to be open as a marketer to meet the consumer where they're at and provide the solutions for those specific needs that every one of them may have.
What's the one thing that you want people to take away about Peter Piper Pizza?
I mean, I would love if people, first of all, would be intrigued about Peter Piper Pizza and want to come see us. The key takeaway for me is that Peter Piper Pizza provides not only great food but also fun for the family. So I think that if we can get them excited about the brand and perhaps want to come to try Peter Piper Pizza with their loved ones and get an amazing experience with pizza, wings, salads, etc., but also play and have a good time, that would be fantastic.
Well, we are out of time. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Mandy. Thanks for hosting me. This was a lot of fun.
That'll do it for the Pizza Marketplace podcast, and we'll catch you next time.